Good afternoon, everybody. It's Saturday afternoon and it's just gone 1 o'clock. I've still got gesso on my monitor from last week, that's it. I'll wait till you all get logged in and make sure you're all on the right page before we start. So I'll have a little drink of coffee just to keep me going. I hope you've all got a coffee as well, because there's going to be, well, we're going to finish this one that I started on TV the other day, and then we're going to do the other demo that I had prepped. I really wanted to get both of those demos done, but of course the combination of me and Leonie and not enough time, it's never going to happen. Hi Chrissy, hi Emma, hi Pauline. So hopefully we'll get these done today. So this is that's obviously the one that I had started, and this is the one that we're going to do afterwards. Now I've done something similar to this before, I think, but I'm not sure whether we did it on a Facebook Live. So at least we'll get 2 demos done today. We'll get a girly one done and we'll get one with one of the guys on as well. Hi Rose, I hope it's warmer there than it is here. Hi Lynn, hi Patricia, hi Stephanie. So I'll just wait for everybody to get logged in. We've just missed the ice cream van. It's just been and gone. I've lost my mouse. Where are you? Bear with me. I've got my mouse, but it's not connected. There we go. Let me just scroll that down a bit. Whoops. There we go. Hi to everyone I've not spoken to. Oh, that's lovely. Thanks, Andrea. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Susan. I've got to run out of space. Doreen, David, Janice, Jackie. Anybody I've forgotten? Right, so quite a bit to get done today, which is why I said make a drink and make a sandwich. Hi Judy, hi Tracy, hi to I know it's wet in Nottingham as well, I'll tell you. Right, I don't know what's happening with my mouse, just bear with me. I think the batteries must be going. Hi Jennifer, Maria, Barb, Penny, Kay, everybody. It's true, it's a miserable day, so it's a good day for crafting. We can make the most of it. So we're going to get this one finished that I started the other day when I was on with Leonie. I know we had a good laugh and a giggle. But oh, is it really? So there was no way I was going to get 2 demos done. I was being a bit optimistic, I think. But there was a lot on the counter. And me and Leonie together, as you know, are naughty. So, right, so let me just recap where I actually got to with the demo. So this is a big card. They're both big cards today. Surprise, surprise. So we've got the pure white cardstock. I only ever use my own cardstock now, as you know. So we've got the pure white card. We've got the fabulous fuchsia. We have the summer citrine. Gone around the edge with one of the, if I bring that in you might be able to just see if I wiggle the star, the little crosses and everything. They're actually with one of the Sakura glitter pens from the pink set. And then we've got the classic flourish embossing folder. I just did that halfway. This is as far as I got on the show. Hi Trudy, hi Alison. So I managed to get the border done from the perfectly pretty border dies, and then I did the watercolour stamping with Trudies polka dot background stamp on the bottom. So the 2 colours, just to recap if you didn't see the show, the 2 colours that I've used are picked raspberry and mustard seed. So all the oxide colours that there isn't one that matches the summer citrine cardstock. So I've gone with the mustard seed because when it overlaps, it actually does look a little bit like the citrine. So the 2 colours, when they start blending together, work really well. So I love bright colours anyway. And then I've got a double debossed oval. This is the largest oval from the double debossed dies. And then the next one down that was in pure white. And this is where I got to. So did all the inking, did the dots in the background. Then we did the isolate. When I say we, I mean me, because Leonie didn't really do anything. As usual. Hi Lollies. We did the water splattering. I am going to do this again on the other card, so if you missed it. Hi Pam. Love to Carol when you speak to her. And then I've used some of the indigo blue paints. Can you remember you saw me doing the splatter with my 600 sheets of kitchen roll? Don't know whether you can see from these lights, but that is actually a pearlescent paint. I think I'm going to start stocking these if I don't do my own next year, because they are gorgeous paints. So that's where we got to. I've already got her coloured in, and I'm not going to colour her in again because I did do that very well. I started to do one on the show, but I will colour the guy in for you so you get to see how he looks. So she is Summertime Fabulous, and then the flowers, these were already done ahead of time. These are the Sweetheart flower dies. Yeah, these are the Sweetheart flower dies, and I did it in exactly the same way. So the two colours of inks on the stamp, mixed it with water, and I was quite heavy with the water. So can you see where it's bled a little bit? It actually looks really, really good. Loads of texture. So we've got those all good to go. I'm just going to matte and layer this. What we are going to use today is the new trio frame Sentiments that Julia's launching on Thursday. I gave you a little sneaky peek last week. I'm going to show you again. I've still got one set missing. I think I've left it at the shop. But I'm going to use them today just to show you in case you're new to them and you haven't got the original two sets. It'll give you a chance to see how they work before Julia launches them on TV. So, as ever, a couple of dog hairs in the card. Wouldn't be the same without them. I hate days like this because it's muggy and overcast. It's not good for my head. I wish it would just have a big thunderstorm and clear the air a bit. Still, my hydrangeas are loving it. So let's just take the backing off. Oops. There's only about 10 layers on this card, so it's a pretty quick one for me. I'm going to quickly run through Trudies stamps with you again in a second as well. Okay, make sure I've got the lollies the right way up. Get that layered on. And then just for good measure, another row of foam tape. That's how good these dies are, love. This is actually the reverse side, but it goes all the way, well, it doesn't go all the way through, it goes through just far enough so that it doesn't cut the card. I love that. I hate it when you have dies and then you're trying to do a matting and layering die, a nesting die, and then it rips the card. Right, here we go. Don't forget your pokey tools, everybody, if you've not already got them. We've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these already. I don't know why I didn't just say thousands. Oh, hi Carol, how you doing, darling? Hi Len. Hiding in the loo, Len, you are funny. Hi Diane. Hi to everybody I've not spoken to yet. Right, so we're just going to pop this in the middle there. Trying to make sure that the ovals are level. Yep. And then I'm going to pop her on after I've done the flowers, I think. So I'm just going to finish the flowers by putting one of the pearls in the middle, and then they can be drying whilst we get on with the sentiments. So the pearls I'm using are Cotton Candy. I've used them, you can see I've covered it in ink. Used them loads. Well, you can see this is my second pot and it's half empty already. So just a bit of glue. Oh, look at this, look. Oops. If I tell you the truth, I've only just brought my bags and everything in from the car. So the glue is freezing. Right, so just to give you all a little heads up while I'm doing this boring bit. October's going to be a very busy month. We've got 3 new releases coming up. So Julia is launching the first new release next Thursday. Hi Trish. I know I've already got a fuzzy head, Pat. Hi Beatrice. So Julia is launching the first new release next Thursday. She's on at 7 PM on Thursday. Then she's on at 10 and 2 on Friday. Then I'm back at the end of October with 2 more brand new releases, and I can't tell you what they are just yet. So I'm assuming you've all got your tools now. So remember, if you get them from Ho Chandy, you get both. If you go on my website, you've got a choice. You can either buy the pickup tools, which are the, look at these lights, hang on, let me just turn that down a bit. That's better. So you can either buy the pack with the 2 pickup tools in, or you can buy the pack with the 2 pokey tools in, or you can get the whole thing together, which is generally what most people have done. So these are just the little wax tools that pick the pearls up for you. Just makes the job easier. Remember, when you do this, you'll see me in a second. The colours I've used are mustard seed, picked raspberry in the oxides. The colours of cardstock lin are summer citrine and fabulous fuchsia. So remember, when you're picking your pearls up, try and get them the right way round. This does my head in as well. When you pop them in your flower, your instinct is to push down, to push them in like I do, but don't do that now with the wax tool, because otherwise you'll squash it. And I don't want you to, they're going to last for ages, unless you put them next to the radiator, or you put them, or you squash them like I did with one of mine, which is why I know to tell you not to do it. The little tool on the end, by the way, this end, it's not actually a shaping tool, it's just a little tiny ball tool, and that's supposed to help you just sort through them. Just me being extravagant. And then we'll have one more big one in there, and then I'll put these back. So once the pearls are in position, I thought I had my little mat, but I haven't. What I do is I pick them up with my tweezers. Where have I put my little tweezers? I've just had them. I bet Benita's got my tweezers. There they are. So I pick them up with my tweezers, and then on my stamping mat I just hold the pearl in place and just push down. So you can't do that with your pickup tool because it's wax, it will break it. So I've now pushed the pearls right into the glue, but you need to do that with your tweezers, not with your pickup tool. Otherwise you'll have a broken end, and nobody wants a broken end, do they, Lynn? Oops. Come on. Right, nearly done. And then I can pop these to one side now and just leave these to set. Pop them over there. Right, so while that's waiting, what we're going to do is the sentiments. So that's all ready to go for the images and the flowers. I'm going to try and speed up a bit because I want to get through the next demo with you all as well. So, trio frame. So most of you that follow me will know about the trio frame, the original 2 sets that I did in August. And if you remember, I asked everybody if you wanted the full set. So the original 2 were these, which are the essential sentiments and the inspired sentiments. So 10 minutes is not bad, Janice. So the trio frames, for those of you that haven't seen these before, these are the ones that have 3 different frames around them. So you've got 3 different choices, 3 different ways of how you cut them out to make them look different each time, or you can just leave them as they are, or you can actually start chopping into separate frames and making them look different again. But they were the first 2 sets. So I'm assuming most people have got these now. So when Julia is on next week, she's bringing you the rest of the set. Rose, if you want to buy, if anybody is watching from abroad and you want to buy anything from my website, just email my sister. So it's Karen at honeypotcrafts.co.uk. So Rose, just email my sister or message her on the Sentimentally Yours page, and she'll sort it out for you. It's something to do with the shipping settings on the website. It doesn't allow you to do all the different countries for some reason, but she will ship to you. So just send her a message. So they were the original ones, and there are 5 new ones. Now remember, I've told you I've left one at the shop, so the one that I'm missing is the occasionals. So we have the relatives, because these are just proving so popular. It just means now that you've got a complete set of these. I do, Emma. I absolutely love the trio frames. I like the trio frames better than the ticker tape ones, if I'm honest with you, because I just think that there's more you can do with them. So you've got the relatives, you've got the numbers, which I've made into a bigger set. So you've got 3 different sizes of numbers now. You've got that size, that size, that size, and then you've got the today. So 21 today, 43 or whatever, 29 in my case for next year. Then you've got the alphabet, all individual stamps. And then you've got the mindful sentiments. So if you remember, I'm just bringing it back across. The original sets were the inspired ones, which are the ones in my left hand. So freedom to create, etc., etc. So the mindful has been designed as a completely new set, so you can explore your opportunities, follow your imagination, and blah blah blah. There's loads in there, but you can also mix and match it with this one. So it's going to take the whole collection to a whole new level. Yeah, so that's 4 of them. The one that's missing is the occasional. And the occasionals has the happy anniversary, best, all those kind of things. I forgot what's in it. Julia will tell you next week. So we're going to do the numbers and the relatives, I think. And we're going to use the embossing powders, the coloured embossing powders. So I know that there isn't a citrine coloured embossing powder, although I've got to say the lemon zest is not a bad match. I know, David. I know. A few years ago, 29 next year. No, I'm not. It's a big one next year. Is it next year, or is it? Julia, how old am I? I think, is it next year? It's a big one. Or is it the year after? I can't remember. Age is just a number. So we're going to team up the lemon zest with the fabulous fuchsia. Okay, and then hopefully, if we do this on white card, the colours will overlap and we'll get the crossover colour again. That is probably something similar to the citrine. I honestly can't remember how old I am. I don't know whether it's a big one next year or the year after. that's terrible. Oh dear. Right, so I've got some of my scraps of white card here, and my sister's going to love me for this, because we're going to do we'll do. Karen, are you watching? I don't know whether she's watching. I don't even know how old my sister is. She's 6 years younger than me. I know that much. We'll do 40 today, and she'll love me for that. So we'll take out the middle size. So the reason I've put 3 different sizes in this, so can you see, if I'd have used the smaller ones, they would be a little bit lost on this large card. However, they would be perfect for your A5s. Yeah. Well, in that case, Trudy, it makes me older. And I'm going to use the middle size rather than the big one. I'm going to use the middle one. And we're going to do 40 today, just because we can. So take the 4 off, take the 0 off, take the today off, and I'm going to put that back in its pack. And then we'll have sister. Yeah, we'll have sister instead of sis. She can't be watching because she would have told you how old I... Yeah, it is next year, Judy, you're right. Because me and Leonie were born the same year. Yeah, she is watching anyway. And I've actually got 2 friends who are born the same year as well. Right, so let's do these all in one go. We'll see if I can get them all on in one go. So remember that the embossing powders do have the anti-static, but always anti-static your card. It's just worth it for the sake of a little anti-static bag. How long am I in? I'm 20 minutes in and I'm only supposed to just be finishing this. Using the Versamark. Now I'm assuming that all of you, if not most of you, have got the acrylic circles. If you haven't, you need to be pretty sharpish about it because they've nearly all gone. And although I will restock them, it won't be till the middle or end of next year. I can't even blame the dog for that one, it looks like an eyelash. So I'm just going to stamp that there and we'll do all of them at the same time. Now I know I had a sheet of paper, here it is. So we'll put the yellow one first and I'm going to do this patchy 21 again. I wish. Actually, I don't. I'm quite happy with. I'm quite happy. Was it, Lynn? Did you have a big one while it was you? Oh no, that was wrong. Lynn, did you have a big one in lockdown? Oh dear. Oops. Oh dear. Right, that's more yellow than I wanted because a lump fell off. But it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. So I'm trying to make these sentiments patchy like we did last week. That was Lynn's fault for talking about big ones in lockdown. Oh dear. Hi Elaine, how are you, darling? So I'm going now. I've got the yellow one. I'm going over the whole thing with the raspberry, and then hopefully we'll get some areas. So you can see some of the areas where it's overlapped and mingled in. Hopefully we'll get some two-tone going on there. So 10 minutes ago it was absolutely throwing it down here. The sun's shining there. Oh dear. I promised I was going to be good today. Didn't last very long. Oh look, I've got a blob on my 0 now. Let me just scrape that off. That's it. And I am going to heat these from underneath. Is detail embossing powder the same as the clear embossing powder? Do you mean mine, Jackie? Chris, it is Carol, yeah. Jackie, do you mean my embossing powders? I'll go through them with you in a second if you want. Let me just do this. I'm sorry, I've got it towards me so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, that's fab. Oh dear. I hope my mum's not watching. These two colours look awesome together. Wait till I show you this. So ignoring where I splodged it on the O, I'm trying to show you the colours. So can you see, look, particularly on the Today where I overlapped more, the two colours that have mingled together now almost match the citrine cardstock. It's fab that you can use different coloured embossing powders and create a whole new colour. Now that will only work on white cardstock. I don't know whether you saw the show on Thursday when I was talking to Leonie, but the coloured embossing powders, so all of these, the honey, the olive and the bright ones, they are translucent. So on white cardstock and like cream, you would get a true colour. If you did it on darker cardstock, you would end up, oh thank you Emma, if you did it on darker cardstock, so for example if we did the summer honey, which is that kind of colour, the honey mustardy colour, if we'd have done that on black card for example, it would end up just being glossy, but it would have a little tint of the summer honey showing through. I love that. I love the fact that you can mix the colours together. So I'll just quickly snip these out. So this is the point where you've got choices. Remember when I showed you originally, we can either go with that frame, or the outer frame. So you've got 3 different ways to do this. I'm just going to go with the outer just to save a bit of time, because I do want to get the other card done as well. I'll just do the big bits with my big scissors and then swap over to my small ones, because I'm the worst cutter outerer ever. I've got very little patience with cutting out. I'd be no good at decoupage unless it was die cut. Well, you can see how much patience I've got. If you're asking me questions, I'll come back to them later on when I make a coffee. I love bright colours together, and I love oranges and pinks and yellows. So how fab is that? You can't buy embellishments like that. This is why stamps are always such a good investment. It's okay, Susan, no problem. You just can't buy embellishments like that, and the fact that we've now got a stamp or a collection where you can just change the colour, change the look, and actually change how they look 3 times over. It's almost like having 3 different sets of stamps in one. Because Julie's is only it's a 3-hour show. She's got 7 PM on Thursday and 10 and 2 on Friday. It's not as much stock as we would have for a 1-day special. So if you are ordering from Ho Chanda, my advice would be to order pretty quickish, sooner rather than later, because I've got a feeling what will happen and I've got no more stock to give them. They don't know that yet, but they will when they phone me up to ask me for some more. I hope nobody from Ho Chanda's watching. Oops. Okay, I'm nearly done. Right, last part. And of course, if I wanted to, I could go in all the white areas and glitter them with my Quickie glue pen. I've got the wrong border, that's it. I could go in with the Rainbow Crystals glitter and the Quickie glue pen. So we've now created 40 today, sister. And then of course, if I'd have had the sense, we could have done the happy birthday from the original set. I might do that later, but I'm not going to do it today. So pop that up there. Let's get this card stuck together so we can get on with the next one. So the flowers are going on first, and I'm going to use my glue gel as ever. You can see I've just filled it up. So bent one then. When will they be? What, Janice? The new stamps? They won't be on the website until they're on Ho Chanda. So it'll be next Thursday. Right, okay, so let me just give you a little tip. So when I created these cards, I'm just going to bring them in to show you, because these are the other ones I did with the Summer Fashionistas. So a little tip for you, when you're using characters on cards, which is what I've done with these images of Trudies, I tend to put the image where I want it first. This is similar to the second one that we're going to do in a minute. So I tend to put the image where I want it before I start putting all the embellishments on. Masked her so she's slightly different. And because this girl's looking head on, she's looking straight on, you could actually have her anywhere on the card. But on the one that we've got today, look, she's looking towards the right. So I'm actually going to have her more to the left. So I'm not going to have her central, I'm going to have a little bit more to the left. So figure out where you want her first. I'm not going to stick her on yet. So I know I want her here. So I know the flowers are okay there and the flowers are okay there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm surprised the glue gel's not dried up in the car because it's been cold at night. And then we'll pop this one down there. So you know me. If I've got a flower top left or top right, you know the next one's going to be the opposite corner. I'm a little bit OCD about the flowers being opposite to each other. So I'm going to use a smaller one down this side because I know that's where her feet are going to be. Oh, that's lovely, Lynn. I don't wake up like this. I'm not. I say I'm not a morning person, but in actual fact, I'm always up early. Julia will tell you. So I can get up in the morning and start working more or less straight away, but I need time to wake up. So it's never wise to speak to me too early. Wait till I've had a couple of drinks. So I've purposefully made this bit longer. Yeah. And now we can pop her on. So I'm not going to shape this too much. I'll just do it by hand actually, because I've already cut her out. The Summer Fashionistas, which I'm going to go through with you in a second, have nearly gone as well. Don't drop it, Phill, don't drop it. Where are your tweezers? La la la, tweezers. You know, if you see me throwing my tweezers back in this toolbox, tell me off. Because I can't bloody see them now. So we'll have her just there. Well, that looks fab before I even pop a sentiment on. Right, Phill, where have you put your tweezers? Here they are. Do you know what? It was confusing me. It's because I've got a tub. This is the tub I take to TV with me. Whereas normally I have my extra set of tools there, don't I? Because I usually text Julia at crazy times in the morning and then I don't get a reply for ages. Right, so I'm going to tuck a few leaves in and then we can decide where we want the sentiments. So I've not glittered these. These are the leafy fronds and the lush leaves. I mean, I'm assuming most of you will, there you go, most of you will know what these look like anyway, because I imagine most of you have got them. So I'm not glittering them. I'm not actually going to put any glitter on this card. Oh no, that's a lie, because you know I will later. It'll torment me until I do. So, but I'm just going to pop the leaves on first. So we'll have a flourish either way on there, so that flower can come off. Snip the end off. Tuck that in. We'll tuck it in there actually. And then we'll have one coming down the other side. This is why I like my glue gel, as you know. Tuck that in there. And then the other leaf I'm going to make smaller. Much smaller. Look at this bloody pin flare, look. No glitter. Yeah, Lynn, you know it'll have glitter on in a bit. I won't be able to stop myself. And the same with this one. But I'm going to do it later because I want to get the other card done. When I've done it, I'll take a photo and show you. We'll tuck that one under there. Pop the lid on. Right, okay, so now I've got the flowers in place. This is exactly how I would do this in normal circumstances. So now I've got all this on, I can decide where everything's going. So I think we'll have the 40 today down here because there's more space. Oh, it's tormenting me now. 40. I should have done it bigger. It's a pity my sister's not 40. She's not. She's closer to me. Yeah, I like that there. Sorry, I can't talk. I've got the cap in my mouth from the glue gel. 40 today. And then we'll have sister at the top. And I'm going to stop there because I want to get the other one done. There we go. I love these stamps. How awesome are these stamps? So this is the, to put round for you, look. You can see all the dimension going on there. Yeah. So just to recap, summer citrine card, fabulous fuchsia card, pure white cardstock. The embossing folder is the classic flourish. The image is Sunshine Fabulous. Yeah, Sunshine Happy. Sunshine Happy from Trudies Summer Fashionistas. The trio frame stamps you can't get until Thursday because they're not out yet. The background has been done with mustard seed and picked raspberry distress oxides. One of the pinky indigo blue pearlescent metallic paints. I've used the polka dots as well, clearly. I've used the polka dots from Trudies Summer Fashionistas backgrounds collection. and then I've got the ice lollies in there as well. So I'm going to leave that one there so we can get cracking on the next card. I'm just going to clean the mess up. That pin flare there, look. I'll just put that to one side to dry. At least I've finished it. Normally when I have half done demos, I just don't bother with them. So let's clean that mess up. I've got to clean the pin flare up because, I mean, you'll know it's greasy. So if it gets everywhere, it leaves marks on your card. They were having a good laugh at me in my ear about all my kitchen roll on my show on Thursday. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. Have you dotted and dashed the yellow card? Did you miss the beginning, Annette? So the dotting and the little stitching effect there, you can't actually see it. I don't know which. Oh, there you go. It's the Sakura pens, the Sakura glitter pens. It's the pink set, so it's got the glittery effect going on. Yeah. So that's that. We're now going to move on to the new version of this, and I am going to colour him in for you. Oh god, we're 40 minutes in already, but I am going to colour him in because I want you to see how I mix the colours. Let me just get all my stuff here. So I've already got all my layers cut out and everything, because this is obviously what I was going to do on TV. Look at this. Move that. That's going in the bin. Not the card, just the rest. So I'm quickly recap what I've done just to give you a heads up. I love these stamps. Absolutely love the Summer Fashionistas. There's just so much you can do with them. There's something in there for absolutely everybody, and although they all look like 20 somethings, like my age, the way you colour them in, you can actually make them look younger or older by the way you colour them in. So quite a bit to show you on this. Oh, there you are. I knew I'd got 4. So I'll go through what I've done already. I should have told you to get a pen and paper, shouldn't I, before I started this. About an inch and a half, but I couldn't throw them out. Use them today. Absolutely, Caroline. Absolutely, use them. Hi, Jacqueline. Not to worry, darling. I've finished the demo, Jacqueline, just in case you want to know. I finished the demo that I started with Leonie the other day, so you'll be able to watch this video on like later on. It stays on the Facebook page. So we're now going to do the second demo, which is another version of this. Yeah. So the card I've used this time is the pure white. This one here is the new Secret Lagoon, which is gorgeous. Secret Lagoon. And this is one of my favourites, and this is Zingy Chartreuse, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to show you this. Just bear with me one sec. All my card is at the side of me on my shelves, but I want to show you this because I always forget when I'm prepping. So, oops, Misty Blue. If you haven't got Misty Blue, please treat yourself to a pack of Misty Blue, because it's like a grey blue. That camera is really rubbish at showing you this colour. I'm sorry, everybody, but the Misty Blue is gorgeous when you use it on masculine cards, because it's almost like a grey blue. Can anybody remember me from my previous life where I worked before, and I had all the different media products, and one of the colours was called chic grey blue? This is almost that colour, It's absolutely stunning. If I turn it around, you'll probably see a little bit more of the blue. But if you haven't got Misty Blue, treat yourself, is what I'm saying. All my little trays, all my little card things are labelled, as you would expect. That's actually the colour as well. Oh, not to worry, Chrissy, I'll catch you later, darling. Look, fuchsia, and so on and so on. Right, I've just dropped everything down here, so I'll pick all that mess up. Okay, so we've got the pure white, we have the Secret Lagoon, we have the Zingy Chartreuse. I've created a panel for the side there, and this is obviously the scraps, so the waste from when I was doing the matting and layering. It's already got foam tape on, and these double debossed octagons, I don't know, you can't actually see, but these are the double debossed octagons, and I've run them through the embossing folder, the Striped Elegance embossing folder. So these are the 3 embossing folders, the 3 everyday ones. The Classic Flourish, which I used on the original card that I've just shown you. The Beaded Swags, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then the Striped Elegance. And I absolutely love this one because obviously you can cut into it and make it smaller. But also this section at the bottom is what I've used to emboss these, look. Yep, so I've created a whole new embellishment just from using a section of that embossing folder. So that's all good to go. In fact, I'm going to stick that on and then it's out of the way. I should hire myself out, shouldn't I, for organising craft rooms. I absolutely love it. Love, love, love organising things. And I say it every time. So when magazines send me interviews for magazines and things like that, one of the questions they always ask is how I got into crafting and how I'm so organised. And I say it every time. You've all heard me say it. If your craft room's organised, you spend less time looking for things. And I suspect because I've got busier over the years, this is why I'm so, I try to be so organised now. So I'm just going to pop some glue on this just in case it doesn't go where I want it to originally. And I remember one of the girls from one of my workshops asking me ages and ages ago why I do this with the glue and not with the pin flare or the glue gel. So the simple answer to that is, if I'd have done that with glue gel, it's a dimensional glue, so it wouldn't end up flat on my card. Whereas if I do it with my white glue, I'm just bringing that towards me, sorry everybody, I can push that down. Does that look straight to everybody? Because I can't see a bloody thing. Hang on a minute. Oh, of course it's straight, Phil. Of course it is. So now I can push that down, and if I show you on the side, it's perfectly flat. Yeah, it wouldn't be perfectly flat if I'd have done that with those to do is give it. Oh, do you know what, Judy? I must do. I never have a bloody minute. That's the problem. I will do it. I will do it. Did I not show you how I've got all my card and everything laid out? All my paper packs and everything. I'll do that. If I think on, I'll take you a couple of photos later. Right, so he's already coloured in. This colour here is one that I've created, so I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to do the background first. So there's quite a bit to do still. So if you're bored, now is the time to go and make a cup of tea. In fact, I'm going to have a drink. I need a bigger craft room storage. I know. See, I'm lucky. So I've got my craft room at home, which is obviously quite big, but I've also got the craft room at the shop. And it's massive. It's actually a storeroom now because I'm hardly ever at the shop. But if you saw how much stuff I've got at the shop, it would never fit in my room here at home. Oh, thanks, Janet. How much would I charge for a day of craft room organising? That's the question. Right, so here we go. Let's get this done. So what we've got here, and I'm going to sort of do the same sort of thing again, is we've got the two colours on the inky background. We are going to do that again, but I'm going to do this slightly differently. So kitchen roll, as ever, that's another Thambulance. We've missed the ice cream van. He's been and gone already. So I'm going to do this with my acrylic block instead of the stamping platform, and I'm going to use the stripes. So Trudies linen and doodle stripes. So these stripes have got a slight waviness in them. They're gorgeous. I've used this one loads, you know I have if you watch me every week. Pop that on there. So tip for you when you're doing this on a block instead of your platform, try and make sure it's straight on your block. If it's straight on your block, you don't have to worry too much about lining it up, because you can just use the edge of your block as the guide. You can raid your waste bin. I've carried you into the kitchen. I have soup to make while I'm watching. That's brilliant. Right, so we're going to use this time. We're going to use peacock feathers, peeled paint, and when I come to the embellishments, I don't know if you've all got this yet. I don't even, in fact, I don't even know whether we've told you we've had it in. The new Distress Oxide colour, the Crackling Campfire. So this is almost like a burnt orange red, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to do some of my embellishments with this just to make it pop in a bit. So let's get this done. So you saw me before when I was on with, I'm going to do it this way because it's easier for me. When I was on with Leonie, where I inked the stamp and then I sprayed water on it. I'm going to do it the other way around this time. So peeled paint is the nearest to chartreuse. For inks. So can you see I've purposefully left loads of gaps in that because I want it to be patchy, and I'm going to spray the card. I don't want it wet through, but I am going to spray the card and I'm going to stamp onto wet card. I'm going to have the stripes going down so it's the opposite direction to... No, oh yeah, we are having it down, look now. Excuse my head if you see my head, because I can't see a bloody thing. So let's hope for the best. So what we should end up with now are some really watery, like it's already been Christina the ice cream van, he's just been again I think. Oh, that's awesome, look at that. How gorgeous is that? That's before it's even dried. So I'm going to ink it again. And again I'm going to make sure I leave some patches because I don't want it to be perfect. The card is still wet from before, so I'll try my best to line that up. It could be fun. Sorry, I'm just going to bring it to me a bit. If you get my head, you know my hair's not done. It's gone off a bit, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that's just absolutely stunning. Let's just see if there's enough water left on that to finish it off. I'm trying my best to line it up. It doesn't matter too much if it's not spot on. gorgeous. Let me just clean up. Jackie, I'm speechless. Mary, so the only reason I've sprayed the card... Mary, before I answer you, did you see my show that I was on with Leonie on Thursday? Ho Chanda, did you see that show? Because that will change how I answer you. Just let me know. Let me know, Mary, whether you saw the show, and then I'll tell you why. Right, okay, so we've now got this gorgeous, gorgeous watery striped inky background going on. So the card is almost dry. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do my usual trick. And I'm going to rub over it. So this just takes any of the excess water off. Absolutely fine if you're doing this. And it splodges some of the ink, because that's kind of the look we're going for. Yeah. No, so right, that's fine, Mary. So when I did this card, the way I did the background was by adding loads of ink. I added loads and loads of ink, and then when I did the stamping, I sprayed the stamp with water. So the effect you get is slightly different. So it would have been a little bit wetter had I sprayed the stamp with water. So if you do it the other way around and you spray the card with water but not the stamp, you can make it as wet or as dry as you like. So can you see in the middle where there was more water, it's bled out? That's the effect I was going for. If I'd have sprayed that onto the stamp instead of the card, it would have been too wet on the stamp to do that. I hope that makes sense. It did in my head. So just have a practice. Right, so we're just going to do some flicks of water just to take some more colour away. And you know me, I like the big splats, so you see them. I can't see the point in doing little farty ones that you don't see. But I'm just going to do a bit more, and we'll take that off. So now we should end up with even more of a patch. Oh, that's coming along lovely. Right, so now I've removed even more of the ink. I'm just going to use that water that's on here just to bleed that a bit more. That's perfect. Okay, so now we've started with the background. So if I show you the original one, just so you know where I'm going. So can you see the original one? We did it that way on. Exactly the same stamp, but different way around. I did it the other way around. So we'll now add some embellishments to this. So in this awesome collection of stamps are Trudies Summertime Extras. It's absolutely essential, this, or you really wouldn't want to be in my head. Little farty one. Essential. If you're gonna have any of the Summer Fashionista characters, any of them, you have to have this set, because it just expands what you can do completely. We could now change the whole look of this card by doing like I did with the girl one. We could have the lollipops, we could have the seagulls going on in the background, the flip-flops, we could do the sun. In fact, I might do that. No, I'm not. I'm going to stick to what I was going to do. We're going to have the sunglasses and the camera. So there's two sets of sunglasses. There's the girly ones, and then there's the more masculine ones. I want those. And I want the camera. perfect. You know what, let's go for it. Let's have a couple of seagulls as well. Go for it. So this card now, if you're going to copy me and have a go at this, this card is almost dry. It's still a little bit wet from where I did all the inkiness of the background, and that's perfect for what I want to do with this. So we'll have some peacock feathers, sunglasses I think. So I'm actually not worrying about how neat this is, because this is exactly the kind of look that we're going for. So let's just get some of those on. Ooh, got to balance it still. Okay. Cameras I'm going to put in with the gorgeous new crackling campfire. So although I've not used crackling campfire on any of this, the colour will go so perfectly with these. And because this is a new juicy pad, I'm just going to test it just to see how strong the colour is before I do it. I love turquoises and orangey reds. Oh, that's awesome. So I'm going straight in. I won't do it everywhere because you're not going to see that. Is that colour not just gorgeous? Look at that colour. It's like a... It's alright, Jan, it's not a problem. It's almost like a burnt orange. Absolutely gorgeous. Oops, especially when you've got it on your thumb. Hey, we're not doing bad, I'm only an hour in. And then we'll do some seagulls in the peeled paint, just in the background. You're not actually going to see that one, but I'll do it anyway. So we've gone from that to that. They are, Jacqueline. I love the new colour with the turquoises and greens to that. So we've gone from that to that. And I'm now going to do a little bit of dry brushing with K and Alfie's paints. I'm just going to pop these back on here so I don't lose them. Bear with me. We are going to get to colouring soon as well. So the paints that I had on my show the other day of K and Alfie's, obviously I know them really well, and I said, can I have some of these on my show? So I've cherry picked the colours to work with what I wanted on my show. So I'm probably going to do paints myself next year, but I need to find some that are, you know, where I'm like the best quality. So we're just going to do a little bit of the Kingfisher blue, and I'm not splatting this time. I'm going to dry brush. Now I did bring one of my old stencil brushes over here because that's already got blue inks on it. Oh, look at that colour. That's just lush, 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 lush. And I just want to do the edges. So I'm going to take a bit from the lid, I'm going to pat it on there. You can see how strong this colour is. So I'm literally getting it down to hardly anything. And this is actually a stencil brush, so rather than the soft brushes that you tend to see people dry brushing with, I'm doing this with a stencil brush. And I can just keep picking the colour up from the bit that I put on my piece of card. And I'm just going around the edge. When I lift this up to show you and you see all the pearlescent finish from it, it's beautiful. Waste not one, no. I don't want too much. You can see I'm not going around the I'm not going in the middle, this is just for the edges. So if I tilt that towards my light, can you see the pearlescent sheen? There we go. The pearlescent sheen we've got from that. So we've now framed that with that beautiful pearlescent Kingfisher blue paint. It's just beautiful. Gorgeous. Put the lid on. Well, look how much has gone. You can tell I like it. It is water based, so that will wash off, but I'll leave that till later. I'm just going to roll my sleeves up because they're doing my head in. What colour green? Distressed oxide rose. Do you mean ink? These are the three that I've used. So peeled paint, peacock feathers, a crackling campfire, which is the new one. And I know you've had that. Oh, that's good, Mary. I'm glad you're learning something. So that can be put away, and we can now start matting this up. It's actually a really good mixed look with the Secret Lagoon cardstock. So because I've used water on this card, I'm going to put it under my mat just to make sure it's flat properly. So let's just pop that on there. You know I always tell you to rub from the back. Oh, that just looks awesome. I love that so much. So I'm going to pop that under here while we get to the stamping, because we are going to stamp, and I'm going to show you how to mix your colours now for the shorts. So let's just find him amongst all these stamps I've got at the side of me. So he is called Totally Phill. Totally Phill. Oh, it makes me laugh. Yeah. And if you haven't had any of this yet, you need to be treating yourself to some of the super smooth watercolour card, the hot press card from the website. It's the best thing I've used ever. I've got Julia to thank for that, making me turn to the hot pressed. So we'll just pop this in place. I'm not going to worry about where it's positioned because I've already got my image coloured in. I just want to show you a couple of the mixing colours techniques. So I am doing him on the platform. Jennifer. So we'll pick him up and we'll stamp him with the Onyx Black Versifying Clay. Let me just bring my mat back to the middle. So Onyx Black, because we're using a watercolour pen. The pens are all but gone now, so if you haven't got set 4, we're literally down to the last last box, I think. So you need to be really quick. The colours I'm using today, I'm just pushing down. Perfect. So the colours I'm using today are all from set 4. I've got them out ready. There's 3 in here that I'm using. Just need to clean the stamp. I've got to say I'm gonna treat myself, I think, to a stamp cleaner, because things like this just bug me. Can you see that we've got a little bit of fluff from the wipe? And the wipes I use are biodegradable, which is why I use them, but they are quite fibery, and it just bugs me. Trudies stamps are so detailed that it kind of picks up all the bits from the rubbing from. You lot are terrible. Oh, and here's me, an innocent little angel, and you lot with all these innuendos. Oh dear. Shocking. Right, so where's the water brush? Oops. There we go. So apart from his skin, which I'm not going to worry with anyway because I want to show you the colour mixing, I'm only actually using 3 colours. And these 3 colours are all from set 4. So you've got this lovely, like, it's almost a perfect match for the zingy chartreuse look. Yeah, which is just by pure coincidence. But when I was looking through all 4 sets of my pens, I've got loads and loads of greeny colours, but there isn't one that is a perfect, that's actually not bad, but there isn't one that is a perfect match for the Secret Lagoon. So I created my own colour. Now, I highly recommend, if you haven't got the little blending mat, I highly recommend you treat yourself to the small one for when you're going to be watercolouring, because this is where you can mix your colours. And I know Julia prefers these to these when she's watercolouring, because you can't, well, you know, from watching me every week, you can't, yes, Len, you can't see the colours on the non-slip mats, whereas you can on the blending mats. Just remember, you cannot use your heat gun on the blending mats, it will melt them. So I'll do his shirt first, and I'll do his shirt the normal way. So I'm going to pop a little bit of colour on there, and then I'm going to pop some on directly onto the stamp. So I think when you get confident with the pens, or when you've used them a little bit, they are, Alice, absolutely darling, they are a bad influence on me. I think once you've used the pens for a while, you will figure out how you want your shading and everything to be done. Because he's face on, I always do it darker around the outsides. It's just, and it's the easiest way to colour as well. So this is why I'm going in with the colour direct. I think it just went up my fingers, but there you go. So I'm literally just not worrying about this. I'm just adding shading areas first. Colouring should be fun, so just don't stress yourself. If it looks good to your eyes, it'll be fine. So we've now got that colour on there. We've got the extra colour on the mat. I'm using one of the longer brushes. I know you get 2 brushes in your watercolour pen sets, but I've started using these more and more and more because it's a bigger barrel and they're easier for me to use. So I'm just going to squeeze some water out. I'm going to pick up some of this colour, and I'm going to go up to where the line is from the original colour. I'm not going over, I'm just going up to the line. So can you see already, just from adding water onto that, with that extra colour, that will soak straight into this card. It's gorgeous. It's done the shading for me. It's dead easy to do. So I'll do the same on the other side. So now the colour, you can add more colour as much as you want as well. I won't lose my handling, don't worry. I'll see you next week. Okay, so that's done. And we're now going to change the colour for the shorts. So I want a lovely turquoisey colour. So odds are, you know, it's going to be a mix between these two colours. So pop them on your mat. I'm going to also go in just where it's darker on the shorts with both colours. Oops. So that's some of the green, and then I'm going to go in with some of the blue. You can actually see these colours blend when you use them directly as well. So I've now got these two colours already starting to blend into a new colour where they've overlapped. But I'm now going to create the colour all together. Well, I've not actually had to do anything, it's just doing it for me, look. So you can see now that this colour that I've created, I'll bring it in and show you. This colour that I've created is getting nearer and nearer to the Summer Lagoon colour. So that's almost perfect. You can do that with any of the colours. So let's just go in. This time I am going to go over where I've got the original colour on the image. Oops. Oh, it's a good job I'm not using this because I've gone over the edges everywhere. So what this does is it picks up the colour that's already down and it moves it around. And it separates the colours. Don't worry about the going out the lines because obviously it's cutting out. I hope you can see this colour the way I can on here. So his shorts now, look, I'm trying to find the best angle to show you. That's probably the best angle to show you the colour. His shorts are practically identical to the cardstock. Can you buy them from your blending mat? I love the pens. I've got set 2 and 3. Yes, you can buy everything of mine. You can buy on my website. So just go on the website, Lee. You can buy, I know when we're on TV, the mats are all in sets of 2, but you can actually buy them individual on the website. And you really need to be getting set 4 before they've all gone. I'm assuming we've got a few left on the website, but I honestly don't know. So that colour, I'm going to leave that to dry out on my mat and I'll use it again later rather than waste it. So I'm just going to pop that up there. So you can see all I did with the original, the one that I've already cut out, is just built up more layers of colour. It's actually not a bad copy, is it? How about that? So I'll pop him to one side. I'm not going to waste him because I love that image. I'll use it again. Oops, I've just thrown him and he's fell down the back of the other desk. So we'll come back to the card now and start getting this put together. So going back to my, oh look at that, that's just fabulous. So foam tape. Let me just move this because I know what's going to happen. I'll get everything covered in paint. So a little bit of foam tape on here. Are you impressed that we've got 2 demos? Well, 1.5. Now you know why I need a 2-hour show. And for some reason I keep putting the tools back in the tub. So let's pop him on them on there. Not put any glue I should have done. So don't look too closely, Julia, when you get this one. Oh, that's pretty good if you ask me. So the little surfboards are part of the extra set as well. Oops. If I find them, because I keep putting these stamps away. So in the summertime extras, you've got the surfboard there. And then also as part of the extras from Trudies Summer Fashionistas are the tropical foliage stamps. And I'm just going to turn this around because you'll be amazed at the colour of these. This is how much I've used these. I know. So the surfboards were created just by stamping the outline surfboard onto the watercolour card, and then I've used the same colour ink pads, so peeled paint and peacock feathers. That's just using the one of these leaves and one of the little flourishes to create that, and then I've covered them in glossy accents. Now I'm just going to give you a little tip, because normally I would do this with the clear embossing powder. So can you see how it's got this super gloss finish on it? Oh yeah, I'm trying not to dazzle you. Yeah, so it's super glossy, and that's from the glossy accents. So if I'd have done that with embossing powder, the clear embossing powder, you absolutely can. You would just need to do 2 or 3 layers to get the thickness that you've got here. So I did this with glossy accents. Everybody should have a pot of glossy accents. Everybody should just have one. But when you pop that onto watercolour card, it tends to go like this, and it'll bend, and then what happens is it'll, if you do with the surfboards particularly, it'll tip over and then it'll fall off. So I just did one at a time, popped it on my mat. This is where I left them. Where's the other one? And then as soon as you see the card start to go like that, you just need to pick it up and just hold it flat for a second, yeah, and bend it the right direction, and then just put it down and it will stay flat. This is an amazing way to use these. Which is better to use, Distress Oxides, Emma? Oh, oxide. I've got all the original Distress inks, and I can honestly say I don't think I've used any of them since the oxides came out. I've still got them all, because you know what happens next year, Distress inks will be back in fashion and not oxides. But I would always go for oxides. This is how you get this lovely bleed look. Oops, sorry, camera's trying to keep up. So can you see where we've got a little bit of a bleed around the oxide? That's because the glossy accents has reacted to it and it's bled out a little bit. It wouldn't have done it as much with the Distress inks. Right, so let's get this card finished. We're almost done. So when I did this, I created the octagons at the side here, as I told you, and then I've made some small little octagons with the same 2 colours of cardstock, but I didn't know where to put them, so I left them off because I don't know where these are going yet. So I think I'm going to have these like so. Yep, that's perfect. So these are now going on foam tape. And I don't know whether you've noticed in the top of your screen, I've got some little wooden buttons where I've put twine on. I always struggle for embellishments for men's cards, which is why I just love this surfboard. And you can obviously use the shorts, you can use the camera, you can use the birds, you can use the pumps, whatever you call them. You've got a pint there as well. So the summertime extras have got loads of embellishments in that you can use for masculine cards. My throat's dry, it's because I've never stopped talking all this time. I'm not used to it. Let's just take the backing off these. No comments. So tweezers, where are you? This is because I keep putting them back in the tub. bear with me. You know which ones I'm looking for. I'm looking for my favourites. Oh, these will do. So we'll go teal, chartreuse, teal, oops, and chartreuse. I love these little buttons. I'm working on getting some, so don't go searching for them. It's sun cream. That's sun cream. I thought that were a pint of beer, darling. Well, it's a pint of beer. You could colour it as a pint of beer, surely. It's just got a lovely sunshine logo on it. Oh yeah, of course I can see it's sun cream now. You should have put factor 50 on it or something. Anyway, it's a pint of beer in my world. So, glue gel. And I'm popping a little bit of this in the middle before I pick the buttons up. Just because it's easier that way. Sun cream. Oh, that's made me laugh. I've told everybody it's a pint of beer. It can be a pint of beer if you want it to be. I just thought it was the brand of beer, the Sun. So I'm just gonna pop him on first. Oh, that's made me laugh. And ironically, I don't drink. Alright, so let's take that out of my mouth. Let's pop him in the middle. And then the surfboard. So I'm going to try and put the surfboards on an angle. Oops. So I want it to sit like this. So rather than straight. So I'll just put the glue at the bottom. So that just adds another little bit of dimension. And this one can be the same, and I can tuck it underneath. You can't really do this very easily with foam tape. It's better with the glue gel. And then same with the last one. And we are almost done. That looks awesome. Look at the surfboards, look. That's just awesome. So now we've just got to create a little sentiment for this. And from the new ones, let me just move that to one side. Oops, I'm running out of space everywhere. Where are the new ones? Where they are. So on the new Mindful set, so the trio frames that Julie is launching next week, on this new one you've got here, look, so Explore, which is perfect for this. We're going to have Follow Your Journey. Yeah, Follow Your Journey from the Mindful set. It's just perfect with this sentiment. Or you could have Explore Your Path, whichever way you want, but we're having follow your journey, because that just leaves it open to so much. It can be just how people think about it, what it means to them. And we're going to stamp, if I find that bit of white card. So I'm going to do this a little bit quicker. We're going to stamp with the oxides. So follow your journey. I'm not going to emboss these, I'm just going to do this with oxides and cut them out. And I'm going to try and make the oxide a little bit patchy. So we'll go on with the peacock feathers first, because that is the lightest of the two colours. Do you know, next week tell me not to bother making a coffee, because I don't drink it. Are there a set of Xmas stamps in the tree? No, Emma, it was too late, and because we've got no more Christmas I might do some next year. Because there are no more Christmas shows this year, I'm not going to do Christmas ones. I might do next year. I've only started drinking since I'm working with Phill. Right, so can you see I've purposefully not covered the whole stamp, and we're just going to do little random bits of the peeled paint. Now this will still stamp too good. I don't want it to be crystal clear, so I'm going to have to mist it with water. I better not do it over the extension cable. So I've just done a couple of little sprays of water over the stamp, and hopefully it's not too much that it's too wishy-washy. It should just, oh, that's perfect. So you can see now we've got a little bit of a wishy-washy bleedy bit where it's bled a little bit from the water, and that's exactly what I wanted. I'm just going to give that a spray. Dry. Ooh. And then cut these out. These colours are just gorgeous. Oh, I've slipped up there. I should have used some of the crackling campfire as well. It's too late now. Well, at least I've not wasted the demo, because it's the one that I should have done second with Leo. And well, in retrospect, I should have known that it was never going to happen. There's no way we would have got two backgrounds done, two cars done like that. Come on. Just create myself a little bit of space. Well, actually, you know what? Let's change this. Let's just change this. I'm going to do it with the other one, so that it's different to the original card. So we've now got a different look. No glitter on this card, Jacqueline. I'm probably going to add some glossy accent drops, but that'll be it. So follow, and then your can be using all three frames. I'm not adverse to using glitter on a man's card as long as it's Diamond Dazzle, because that just looks classy. So we've now got that shape, and then we'll do the original for this one as well. Don't you just love a set of stamps that does more than you think it's going to do? Absolutely love that. Hey, that's not bad. It's only 1.5 hours. That's about normal. So we've got this here. So now we can have follow your journey. Let's just see where we're going to pop them. So we'll have follow your journey. That's quite nice. I like that. I'm trying not to cover up my stamping. Follow, yeah, we're going for that. We're going for it. I'm going to send these to Julia so she can use them on her shows next Thursday. So you might get a better look. So follow. Yeah, I was right originally. Follow your... Oh, decisions. I actually prefer it there, but it's going here. No glitter, I know, Jan. It's crazy. Crazy talk. Follow your journey. Oh, I love that. I love this card. So for everybody who struggles with a man's card, look at that. And obviously, had I have coloured him in differently, the whole look of the card would be different. So if my glossy accents is not dried at the ends, no, Jackie, I think it'll be Thursday morning, I think, when because Julie's on Thursday. Yeah, I think it'll be Thursday morning. So I'm hoping the glossy accents will come through because it's a pain in the neck. Bear with me, I'm just looking for my hat pin. Of course, you can never find a hat pin when you need one. There is one in here, I'm sure. Hang on. I'm losing patience. Oh, I knew there was one in here. This is the only problem with glossy accents. It does set at the end, but you have to have some. Just check that that's flowing. Look. I'm going to persevere. So what I want to do, because we don't use loads of embellishments on men's cars. The surfboards, obviously, with the glossy accents are perfect. They're actually not overkill, but I want to put some little glossy accent dots in there, and I will persevere until this flows through. There we go. So I'm just going to pop a little drop. So for those of you that don't know what glossy accents is, this will dry completely clear and it will look like little glass beads on there. Oh, no, stop, Phil. Stop. That's plenty, I think. And there we go. I'll bring it in and let you see how gorgeous is that. Sellotape your hat pin to the glue pot. That's a clever idea. How about that? Well, actually, if I can't tip it up to show you, but if I bring one of these in closely, I cheated because Julia said, "Oh, I can't believe you've threaded the twine through that." Well, I haven't, because the holes are so tiny. The twine was too thick, so I just glued it and twisted it and stuck it on top. But nobody would know. So these are what we've made today. Let me bring the other one in. Oh, can you believe we've got 2 cards done? Well, one was nearly finished. So this is what we've done today. So remember, Trudies Summer Fashionista character stamps and all the extras, in fairness, have nearly all gone. You need to be getting the Summer Fashionistas pretty quick, yeah. Set 4 watercolour pens are what I've used on these. They've nearly all gone as well. so you need to be getting those pretty sharpish. The cardstock colours that I've used, in case you are taking note, are Summer Citrine and Fabulous Fuchsia and Pure White on the girl card, Pure White, Secret Lagoon and Zingy Chartreuse on the guy card. I've used double debossed ovals on the girl card, double debossed octagons on the guy card, the summertime extras, the polka dots texture for this one, the stripe texture for that one, just about everything from Summer Fashionistas. The new sentiment stamps won't be out until next week. Julia is launching them on Ho Chanda on Thursday night at 7. If you weren't here at the beginning and you are going to buy them from Ho Chanda rather than the website, you need to be getting your orders in pretty sharpish, because it's not a one-day special stock. So I'm just giving you a warning. But how fabulous do they look? Aren't they just two beautiful cards? And you know me and dimension. I love dimension on cards. Yeah. This is why I don't post any, because it costs too much. Costs too much. And I'm too tight for posting cards. Same as Christmas cards. I give them all to my sister and say distribute them for me. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've learned something. I've really enjoyed it. My throat's a bit dry now, so I obviously need a drink. And I need to tidy up. So I know most of you already are, but if you've not joined our little inspiration group, you can find us on Facebook, Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. The video for this will be left on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. Hopefully you've learned something, and you've got two completely different looks, especially with the dry brushing on this card and the splatting on that card. So stay safe, everybody. Take care. I will see you all next Saturday. Don't forget to watch Julia. I am a skinflint, Josephine. Don't forget to watch Julia at 7 p.m. on Thursday and 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Friday, if the stock lasts. It's the new trio frame to complete the set. If you didn't get the original two, there is a very small amount on the show as well, but you need to be getting them sharpish as well. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to go and get a drink and try and lubricate my throat. You're welcome. Thank you. I love these Saturdays with you all. And I shall catch up with you all next week. So stay safe, look after yourselves. Bye. Bloody pin flare everywhere, look. See you next week.